honestly don't know where to start. I am physically sick as well as homesick. I'm away from home. I had a fever yesterday. I just cried this morning because it was my mom's birthday. I'm all over the place. And technically, I shouldn't be filming a YouTube video right now. Probably next week, or maybe I should wait 2 days. But honestly, I can't wait. And if I sound insane, it's because my throat is not working properly right now. Anyways, uh, it's 3 p.m. in Canada, and I'm filming a YouTube video. Not sure why I did that. Anyways, I have a book with me just for emotional support and self-esteem. Yeah, it helps me. Anyways, so today I'm going to talk about the one thing that I love in this whole wide world: books, obviously. And I was like, why shouldn't I talk about the trope that I love the most? The one trope that always gets me into reading a book. Can you guess? Can you guess? Yes, it's villain gets the girl trope. And I'm going to be recommending you books of the same trope. Yes. So, oh, I just forgot to introduce myself. Hi, beautiful people. I'm Nehal, and I'm going to be recommending books to you. Honestly, I could do it for free. Honestly, I'm doing it for free. Like I love it. I love it. Please God, make this a job, please, because I'll do it for free anyway. Like you can DM me, and I will give you the specific recommendation of the specific trope that you want. Anyways, I'll just link my Instagram, and I'm like embarrassingly, disgustingly active there. I don't have a life. Anyways, so without further ado, let me just start recommending you books. So, first of all, I'm going to recommend books that are kind of underrated and not really popular on Book Talk or Bookstagram because, like we all have read the same books, right? I want to recommend some books that are not really popular. Wait, am I recording it? Yes, because the first time I wasn't recording it. I was just talking to a camera and it wasn't rolling. Like, embarrassing. Anyways, so the first book that I'm going to recommend you is The King's Bride by P.S. Scott. She is an indie author, and I received an ARC. And honestly, I thought that it must be some random book, and I didn't know. I just jumped in blind, and oh my god, it was so good, like so good. It was kind of like 4.6 stars for me. Yes, it's Villain Gets the Girl, and it's Who Did This to You. He is not human, and there's huge age gap, and there is a touch of fantasy, like only a touch of fantasy. There is no extensive world building. So if you are not into fantasy books and you're trying to begin, if you're a beginner, then you can start this book. And it is steamy, so 18 plus. All of the books that I'm going to recommend you are going to come with heavy trigger warnings, and they are all smutty. So yeah, if you are below 18, please scroll down. Like, I don't know, don't skip this video, please. um Anyways, so the story in this book is it's about a demon king who gets married for convenience. Again, marriage of convenience trope. And then they just live the separate lives for 100 years or so, and then the king needs an heir, so they have to live together, obviously. So there's forced proximity. They hate each other, so enemies to lovers. And marriage of convenience. And the the slow burn is so good, the banter. And also the FMC, the female main character, is really badass and really strong, and he's not like pining after the MMC. And they both hate each other, but the MMC, the male main character, gets obsessed with her, and also he's very possessive, like he kills for her. Yeah, yeah. Some scenes are like, I'm remembering it, and they are so good. Like while I was reading the book, I was like, let me recommend it to five other people. I have to, like, this gem needs to get out, and everyone needs to read it. Please read it, and yeah, please DM me and tell me whatever your review was and which scene that you liked the most. Please. I can talk about books all day, and this book, obviously, all day. And it kind of actually pisses me off because this book is not really popular at all. And I made a bunch of reels, and some of my friends made a bunch of reels, and that made me so happy. So that this book is getting out. Okay. And also there's secret identity going on. There's a little bit of mystery. He's obsessed with her. He falls first. All of that trope. Okay. Now, the second book is Death's Obsession by Avina St. Graves. This book is kind of popular, yeah, and it's a novella. And if you're a dark romance beginner, then you should read this book. And really, like, it's 18 plus, it's smutty, and heavy trigger warnings. I'm not going to repeat it with every book. So the story is, I'll just list all the tropes. He stalks her. He is a literal grim reaper. Like, he is death himself. Like, no, this is not an analogy, not a metaphor. He is death himself. And and also he has shadow powers. Like, um some scenes like were so steamy. It's only 150 pages, so if you're a fan of short books, read this like right now. Like, just download it and please read it right now. And okay, so he writes her letters, he stalks her, it's dark romance. The story is basically that her whole family dies, her twin sister dies, she gets estranged from her boyfriend, and she is basically depressed and is fantasizing about unaliving herself. She is really, really depressed, has no life, and all of that. And this, the MMC Death himself, comes into play, stalks her, and all that. I don't know how to explain this, but this is the story, and it's so good, like amazing. The writing is so good, y'all. Like, I just I loved it. I loved it so much. Okay, if I say something more, I'll be spoiling it, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, please read this. And what all other tropes are there? Obviously, touch her and you die. Who did it see you? There is a little bit of reverse harem, but not really. But he has shadows, so you know. I don't want to explain too much because I'll just spoil it. Okay, so now the third book that I want to recommend is Scarred by Emily McCarther. I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name, but um, this is the second book in the Never After series. Yes, I think. And they are not like interconnected. They are all fractured fairy tales where villain gets the girl. Um, I read all the books, I think, except the last one that came out. I read all the four books, and this one is the best. It's the second book. It's not interconnected. It is set in old times, I think 18th century or something. The writing is so good, y'all. Like, seriously, amazing. And all of them were dual POV, by the way. I just forgot to mention that. And again, heavy trigger warnings. Villain gets the girl, obviously. He is the villain. Like, all of the MMC's main characters I'm mentioning, of all the books that I'm speaking about, all of them are literal villains. That they are bad guys. Like, not morally gray, morally black. They are dark, dark, dark. Okay, so the story is, Scarred is this book. The tropes are forbidden romance because she is betrothed to his older brother, and his older brother is going to be the king, and he is trying to throw him off, like his brother off. And this our girl is also like, there's a lot of mystery, a lot of politics, like royal politics going on, but not the overwhelming kind, the amazing kind, the kind that gets you, like, like grips you. And what else? Again, Tussar and you die. Who did this to you? He's possessive, it's smutty, heavy trigger warnings. And what else? The forbidden romance. Like, if you love forbidden romance, like, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, this is wrong. Why are we doing this? Someone will see us. Like, that kind. We shouldn't be doing this kind. The forbidden romance. This book should be like the face of forbidden romance because she's betrothed to someone else. And oh my god, this the writing is amazing, the quotes are amazing. The MMC, you'll fall for him. Like, you'll be like, he's so bad, but he does it so well. uh, I'm a Swiftie, yeah, in case it wasn't clear. Okay, so I'm trying to remember other tropes of this book. Yeah, I got all of that. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Like, okay, now the another book. This is kind of popular, but like, still a lot of people haven't read it. Like, why? It's called The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Idea. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. I'll just have this book cover right here. Um, Anyways, he's the villain. He, for some mysterious reason, he is the king, but he has to kill his bride every, like, he gets married every day, and by the dawn he has to kill the bride. Like, yeah, there's some kind of curse going on, and because of that, and he kills the FMC's, the female main character's best friend. So they hate each other, enemies to lovers, forced proximity because they get married. He's trying to kill her, she's trying to kill him, but then the whole love story thing happens. The writing, again, amazing. Like the lyrical, poetic writing, if you like that, it's so good. The way everything is described, the way the scene is described, the food is described, the sky is described, the feelings are described. The description is so lyrical, poetic, and it's just like I don't know, it's soothing. And sometimes you read a book and you just don't want it to be over. This is that kind of book. And again, very possessive. Very possessive. Touch her and you die. Who did this to you? You can see the, like, uh what's the word for it? You can see the pattern. Okay, like, I'm sorry if I'm being like very quick, but I really want to recommend a lot of books. And anyways, so the next book I want to recommend is, again, it is a little bit popular, but I don't think it's popular. Like, no, it's not. It's Corrupted by You by Marzi Opal, and this one. And oh god, this book, I just came across a reel on Bookstagram. And I was like, you know what? Let me download this book and read it. It must be like something normal. But oh my god, it was so good. Like, so good. It's uh, Zeno, the MMC, is probably the perfect morally gray book husband to ever exist. There's BDSM, there's marriage of convenience, there's forced proximity. She is inexperienced, if you know what I mean. And powerful, badass FMC. Uh, he's possessive. Again, touch her and you die. Who did you? And really steamy. I'm trying to like think of other tropes. There's a lot in here. Yeah, there's a mystery. Also, there's slow burn a little bit. Amazing. Like, obviously it's 18 plus, so yeah. I don't know why I'm repeating this. Anyways, I don't want any child to read this. Like, don't read this box, please. The story is that they have to get married. He basically blackmails her family so that she has to marry him, you know. And then gradually there's a lot of attraction, and um, I think that was the microwave. Anyways, so that's that's the story. I don't want to like describe a lot because I'll end up spoiling it. But yeah, that's, and obviously all of these are like romance, if I wasn't clear. Oh my god, I should have said that in the beginning. I don't I don't read a lot of thrillers. I only read romance. Like, I love it. Like, love stories. Give me all of. Next one is also, I forgot to mention, Corrupted by You by Marzi Opal is also a mafia romance because uh he is bilingual and he speaks French. If you're into that, we're all into it. Like, bilingual book husbands, please. Anyways, the next book that I'm going to talk about is Captured by a Sinner by Michelle Hurd. They are kind of interconnected, but you can read it as a standalone. I read it as a standalone. I don't think that you have to read the previous book. Like, so this is a captive romance, forbidden romance. There's age gap, like 6 or 7 years, and when she was held captive, she was a minor. I think she was 70 or something. Yeah, that can be a little bit like controversial for people. But nothing happens until she she's 20 or 21. Oh my god, it's the perfect captive mafia romance. I'm remembering there's a wedding scene. I don't want to spoil it, but like no, I shouldn't be saying this. Should I say it? It's so good. Like, there's a lot of drama, a lot of action here, and again the same tropes. Villain gets the girl, and who did this to you? And there's forbidden romance. I just feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over, but it's a trope. So like all the books are kind of, they are very different, but the tropes are kind of similar, you know. This author, pretty much every book written by her is like villain gets the girl, but this book I have to talk about. Like, it's one of the most favorite books of mine, but it's really, really controversial. It's God of Malice by Rena Kent. I don't know if I can say the word, but he's a borderline serial killer. Borderline serial killer. Yeah. Um Again, he is the villain. Like, he is a bad guy. Like, you shouldn't be alone with him. Like, he needs to be in jail. All of these guys needs to be in jail. They are not supposed to roam around freely. Like, they're a danger to the society. Anyways, they're villains. Like, but dark college romance. Again, the same tropes. Like, it's not forbidden romance, but like Who Did This to You, and it's high school romance, so they're pretty young. Like, she's 18 and he's 19. Quiet girl, and he's a borderline serial killer. So it's kind of like a good boy. Sorry, it's kind of like a good girl, bad boy trope, and it's a dark college romance. Who Did This to You? He's really, really possessive. It's really dark. Like, it's it's controversial for a reason. Like, it's not Rena Kent if it's not controversial, to be honest. So like this one, and but I love it. Like, I love this book with whole of my heart. I think I should reread it. I should reread it. The next book that I'm going to, okay, is There Are No Saints. It's a duet by Sophie Lark. Again, Sophie Lark writes Villain Gets the Girl trope, but this one, he's not a borderline serial killer. He is a serial killer. Like, it's really gory, a little bit like, I have read more gory books, but this one is really gory, and it's check the trigger warnings before reading any of these books. And what happens is the FMC in this book becomes the target of a serial killer, another serial killer, and uh, the MMC, the main male character, who is also a serial killer, is the rival of the other serial killer. Okay, so like, the MMC is the only person in this entire world who can keep her safe. So there is like forced proximity. Because of that, they hate each other, enemies to lovers, bad as FMC. And again, it's really, really controversial. So check the trigger warnings before reading it. And again, the same tropes. Some of the scenes are like deeply engraved in my brain. Like, I cannot get it out. The whole duet is so good. It's amazing. It's really captivating. Like, you just can't put the book down. At least that's what happened to me. Anyways, so I really want to know your review. If you like that book, or if you didn't like that book, please DM me and tell me. I want to talk about it. Like, there are very few people who have read this book. Yeah, it's kind of underrated. Okay. So the next book I want to suggest is Morally Ambiguous by Veronica Lancet. This is probably the darkest book that I've ever read in my life, and I'm a dark romance girly. At least I was a few months ago. I've read pretty much all the dark romance books out there, and this one like takes the cake. Like, oh my god. After you read this book, every single dark romance will feel like a walk in the park for you. Like, this is extreme gore, extreme violence, a lot of bloodshed. He is the villain. Like, his past is so, he has suffered so much. I don't think suffering is the exact word for it, because he has suffered so much in the past that he's pretty much broken, and he just cannot be normal. Like, he's not human. He's a literal killer machine, and he has been trained that way. But the way he is with the FMC, like, he's so soft and so caring towards her, and I just loved the duality. And it's a long book. It's over 700 pages, 700 something pages. So just a warning out there. But it's like, there are a lot of heavy, heavy, heavy trigger warnings. Please check that before reading it. And but the love story is amazing. The scenes between them are amazing, but it's extremely gory. Like, to the extreme level that you can't even think of it. But this book is also kind of like underrated, and obviously he's a villain, so villain gets the girl trope. And there's an age gap. Both of them have suffered so much in their life. They have like extreme past trauma, and they are just like, they just cannot be regular human beings in the society. And somehow they find each other, And there's forbidden romance as well. There's age gap. He's really possessive. And there's Who Did This You. It's extremely dark, but I don't regret reading it. But whenever I recommend this book, I always tell them to check trigger warnings because it's no joke. Like, it's really the darkest book that I have ever read. I'm not kidding. Okay. So the next book I want to talk about is the. My roommate is so understanding, y'all. Like, literal angels all around me. I'm so lucky, grateful. Thank you so much. Okay, made series. I'm not going to get into it because they are like really popular. So now I'm going to do a little bit of honorable mention, like all the books that are kind of popular, but I should be talking about them, but I'm not going to go in detail. I'm just going to like call out the names, okay? The Maid series by Danielle Laurie, amazing. Cat and Mouse Duet by H.D. Carlton. We all have read it, like, but I had to say it. And another is Camorra Chronicles. Born in Blood slash Chronicles by Cora Riley. It's also really popular, but all of them are mafia romance and villain gets the girl. Like, yeah, really dark. Also, yeah, another one I just forgot. Sinners Anonymous series by Somi Sketcher. This whole series is so underrated. Like, there are only two books are out. The third book is going to be out soon. They are so good. Like, mafia romance. The first one is Forbidden Romance, Sinners Anonymous, and the second and third one are of the same couple. Sorry, three books are out. The fourth book is going to be out soon. It's about three brothers who are all involved in mafia, and they're all bad guys, like villains. Um, and also this Darkverse series by Runex. It's popular, but I had to say it. Like, it's so good. It's mafia, dark romance, villain gets the girl, all of them. Next one is Skin of a Sinner by Avina St. Graves. It's also like he's basically a serial, not a serial killer, but he's really like a villain, and I should be recommending that too. Yeah, I think these are the only books that I remember right now, but I'm pretty sure that there are 10 or 20 books that I should be talking about, but I can't remember. But if I check my Goodreads, I can find. And if you want a part 2 of this video, or if you want any other specific trope, then please tell me. I love curating books and recommending them. This is basically like, I don't know, this is not work for me. It's so much fun. And like a few months ago, I did a Q&A on Instagram, my bookstagram, and I was like, please give me specific tropes and I will recommend you a book. And I had such a blast, like, recommending books. I cannot even tell you about it. So please come into my comment section, or DM me on my Instagram and request some tropes, and I would love to recommend you. And even if you want to talk about books, I'm available. How should I say goodbye? Like, uh, okay, my YouTube quality is going to improve from now on. Like, I will try my level best. But if you have any like positive or negative feedback, then you can comment me. You can, like, yeah, go down into the comment section and let me know. Because I really, I know I need to improve. But this is not about me or the quality of this video. It's about the book recommendations. And I'm pretty sure that you are going to be fine, or you're going to be finding your new favorite book from my recommendations, your next fictional obsession. I'm like 1000% sure about it. So that's what matters, I think. And I had such a blast talking to you guys about this, and all of my socials are going to be down below. I'll try my best to link all of that. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video very soon, like really soon. And thank you so much. Yeah, please give me a follow if you liked it. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye.